Today, I will be showing you all how to set up the quarters theory on any major currency or that you trade or like to trade. Okay, so first things first, we're going to find our whole major points or major whole points. And the quarter theory strategy is by this guy named Ilyan Yotov. Okay, so this pair is JBPJPY. So the first things I want to do is find the major whole numbers, and I'm going to make every major whole number. I'm going to make color green. It's going to be like a green line. So whole number. So I'm going to say like 100. So I'm going to say 100 in the parameters. Let me just shrink it. So the 100 is down here. Okay. I'm going to say 200. And next one I'm going to say is 300. These are major whole numbers, and it's right here. So I'm going to start off with these three. 100, 200, and 300, right? Now, I'm going to say 150. This would be a major half point between 100 and 200 whole numbers. So this would be a major half point. And since it's a major half point between 100, the whole number 100 and 200, I want to make this line dark yellow. Well, now I'm going to make it dark orange. Make it dark orange. And I'm going to make it dashes instead of solid lines. So I know this is the midpoint between whole number, major whole number 100 to major whole number 200. And I'm also going to put like a blue little rectangle to it. The way I know when I see that, that is the midpoint. Even if I was zoomed in, if I saw that, I know that is the midpoint between major whole number 100 and 200. So I'm going to make it like a blue rectangle. So I know anytime I see that, that's the midpoint. All right. And the major midpoint between 200 and 300, it will be 250. So I'm going to go to the parameters. In order to pull this up in MT4, I don't know if some of you watching is familiar with how to go into the properties of MT4. But all I do is I put it on there. If it's locked, I double click to unlock it with the left mouse button. Then I right click on it, and then it pops up this menu, this window, and then I go into horizontal line properties. And from there, I go to the parameters tab. I'm going to type 250. Hit OK and make sure I lock it back in place. When it's unlocked, you see these white dots. When it's locked in place, you don't. So I double click to lock it so it don't move. So this is the major half point between major whole number 200 and 300. Okay, so this is the start. This is what I'm gonna start with. 1, 2, and 3. Since price is between 1, 2, and 3. So this is what I'm gonna work on. And the beauty thing with this quarters theory is that it's a method or strategy that the author was trying to prove that the markets isn't random. He was trying to prove creating a strategy that every trading market is a controlled market. But when I finish putting all these major whole numbers and large quarter points on, along with small quarter points, I'll go into great detail on explaining his strategy as far as the quarters theory. I put this on every chart I trade. All right, so now between every major whole number, if you hadn't almost started to realize just looking at it, is you got 4 quarters. This is the halfway point between 100 and 200, 150. So I'm going to create first quarter, which is 125. And then I'm going to create the last quarter, which is 175. So you got, so now if you look at 100 to 200, you got 4 quarters. You got 1, 2, which is the halfway point, 2, 3, which would be 75% of a whole between 100 and 200, and 4. And I'm gonna do the same thing for major whole numbers 200 to 300. So I'm gonna say 225 and I'm gonna say 275. All right. So you got major whole numbers 100 to 200. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put abbreviation right there, so you know. Major whole quarter points. Major whole quarter points. So I'm gonna say boom. This is a major whole quarter point. And this is a major half point. So I'm gonna say MHP. Stands for major half point. Okay. And then we'll put major whole quarter point. So you know. And this is a major half point between 200 and 300. Okay, and I'm gonna put I'm gonna put it right here too. I notice that the words don't move when I'm adjusting the chart, the scaling of the chart. So I might just leave those words off of it, but I just want you to have an understanding that major whole quarter points, major half points. This is a major whole quarter point, major half point, and major whole quarter point. So this is what it looked like. And all of these other levels in between, like 125, 150, even though this is a major half point, these are considered large quarter points because this will be the first quarter right here. This will be the second quarter. So all these other levels, even though this is a major half point, it's still considered a large quarter point. But it's also a major half point as well because it's a halfway point between 100 and 200. And 175 is considered to be a large quarter point. But these whole numbers like 100, 200, 300, 400, these are the levels of significant importance. when it comes to price action, because the price is going to be exhausted and all of that. But I'm going in great detail after I get to putting the small quarter points on here. So you halfway done. Once you do this, you pretty much halfway done with setting up the quarters theory on your chart. So let me stretch it out a little bit. Okay. So from here, now we're going to find the halfway, the small quarter points, and I'm going to make them blue. So a method that I come to realize is I used to a lot of times, like you trying to figure out these small quarter points, you could use your Fibonacci retracement. You know, you just zoom in on the, I say 1 hour. Let me see. Well, now zoom in on the 4 hour. Let me see. No, 1 day. Zoom in on the day. Just zoom in on the day. And what you would do is you look at the 125, 150. Now this is an easy way to do it. Once you get the first steps of the whole numbers and then the large quarter points on it, easy way to get the small quarter points is to use your fib. And I'm gonna show you also another way, you know. So now we're working on the small quarter points. So what I'm gonna do is I unlock the fib, because once you stretch it out, it'll lock in place like that. I just put it close to the line, and it's not exact, but in order to get it exact, I'm gonna right click with the right mouse button, go to parameters, and over here, this will be the start value, this is the end value. So this should be the 100, which started at 125 right here. So I'm gonna type 125 flat. And it went up to 150, so I'm gonna type 150. And I hit OK, and I didn't lock it in place, but it snapped it exactly to the levels I wanted to be in order to show me the true level of the midpoint of the small quarter point. This is the midpoint between the large quarter points, which are the small quarters now. Now we're putting the small quarters in between the large quarters. And once you do this, this is the last step for setting up the quarters theory. Now, I'm going to make these lines like blue, similar to the blue you see for the major half points. I'm going to make them blue. So I'm going to right click, go to common, go over here to the style, and I'm going to go down here to this blue right here. This is the blue I love using for the small quarter points. Okay. So that's the halfway point between the large quarter points of 125 and 150. And I also have my Fibonacci set up, and I'm gonna put a link in this video so you can also set your Fibonacci levels to have what's on this side as well. But these are the negative levels. You have to put like negative 38.2 in order to show these. These are the positive numbers. These are the negative numbers. Even though this says target 1, this is really the 27. This is the 27, but this is the negative 27. You know, this is the negative 38.2, negative 50. The target 2 is the negative 61.8, which a lot of people refer to as the golden level in trading, Fibonacci. And this symmetrical swing is just the 100, but on the opposite end. So the distance between the 0 and 100 is the same distance between the 0 and symmetrical swing. Okay, now let me continue. I want to put the 50 above here too for this one. Once you set your fib up, I'm gonna have this in the description of the video so you can click and see the other fib levels to add. This should be pretty straightforward. So it's 162.500, 162.500. Okay. And all I'm gonna do is take this 0 and come down to the blue line. I'm gonna come down to the blue line. I'm gonna right click and snap it exactly where I'm trying to add it, which is at 137.50. It takes a little time, but I promise you, once it's set up, it makes your trading and everything a whole lot easier, especially if you're a beginner, you know. But one of my, as far as my mentor, my favorite, my main mentor for Forex is Swaggy C. Williams. Just go by Swaggy C. You know, he's on YouTube, but he's one of the best mentors to me. Even though he's younger than me, he's one of the best mentors to me because I learned about this quarter theory through him. And if you would like to learn what you're watching me do and try to demonstrate and show you, you can go to www.theswagacademy.com. Come on over there and start learning Forex. It'll be the best decisions you made in your whole entire life. I always like to think you create Forex gods over there. But let me stay on point. Okay, let me see. Okay, so now I got it snapped to 137.50. We're just gonna find the midpoint between that distance, and it'll give me my other small quarter point. So that is 131.250. So I'm gonna say around 131.250. So basically, once you get that set up like that, a lot of times once you get this set up, when you say, okay, you say, well, do I have to keep using the Fibonacci Retracement? No, you do not. Because basically all you do is you'll take this number, this 137.500, and subtract the second small quarter point from it, and it'll show you what to add to the large quarter points in order to just add what you need to make to get the right level numbers as far as the levels you need. So I'm gonna say I did that wrong. 137.500 plus, I mean minus, my bad, not plus, minus 131.250, 131.250, and it's 6.25. So basically all you got to do, see, 6.25. So all you got to do is add that 6.25, add that 6.25 to all these other levels in order to get all the other small quarter points. And that's basically how I do it as far as the small quarter points. So let me see, 137.500 plus 6.25 equals 143.75. So once you get that, in order to get these, you just say, just gonna go up doing it to each one. 143.75. You just go into your parameters, put 143.75. Then you go to 150, and you do the same thing. You say 150 plus 6.25, and that's 156.25. So you get your horizontal line, and you say it's 156.25. So it's 156.25. So that's your small quarter point. So let me show you, because we got one of these large quarters complete already between 125 and 150. So just like on the major whole numbers, you got the same thing going on with the large quarter points. You got a quarter here, small quarter here, small quarter here, which is 75% of large quarter point 125 to large quarter point 150. And this is the fourth quarter right here, which makes the whole of distance between 125 and 150. And if you would like to see the pips on that, you just go from here and drag it to here. It's like I think it's a 2,500 pip, 2,500 pip move. And if you want to see the distance between the small quarter points, just go from here to here. And it's I think it's a 600 pip move, 600. I think it's a 600 pip move or 625 pip move. Okay, so back to applying and placing your small quarter points. So now we have 162.500. So I'm gonna say 162.500 plus 6.25. It's going to give me my next small quarter point, which is 168.75. No, I didn't mean to do that. 168.75, 168.75. Boom. Okay, so that is complete. Let me go up to a higher time frame, the monthly, finish adding the rest of this. Okay, let me get out here to 100. So I'm going to say 100 plus 6.25, that is 106.25. So this is an easy way of doing it. So 106.25. You say 106.25 plus 6.25. It's 112.50. I'm gonna put 112.50. I'm almost done with this one. See, once you get the hang of it, as far as how you see me doing it, it really don't take no more than about 20 minutes to apply this to whatever you trade. So let me see, 112.500 plus 6.25. Now this number you see me adding to these large quarters and major whole numbers, it'll probably be different if you're trying to do a quarter theory on Bitcoin or some kind of cryptocurrency. You'll have to probably like space out that move, you know, like when Bitcoin went from like 1,000 some, 3,000 some dollars to like 19,000 some in 2000 at the end of 2017. The way I would have found my quarter theories and my quarter points on that and everything is I would have just put, you know, like from 0 to 10,000. No, 0 to 20,000. And what I would have did was the major half point between 0 and 20,000 is 10,000. And you know, you dissect it like that, chop it into fours. And that's basically how I do. I don't care what I'm trading. I'll put a quarter theory on that thing fast and I don't know what. Okay, so 118.75. So I'm gonna say 118.75. Okay, I'm almost done. So now we have 175. 175 plus 6.25. It's 181.25. That ain't it. 181.25. 181.25. You're gonna love this. 181.25 plus 6.25. That's 187.50. 187.50. 6.25. 193.75. 193.75. Okay. This would be little 625. Let's see. 625 plus 6.25. 212.50. 212.50. Boom. 6.25. 218.75. 218.75. $225 plus 6.25. 231.25. 231.25. Okay. 31.25 plus 6.25. 237.50, 237.50, 237.50 plus 6.25, 4375, 375. Okay, almost done. I just got 2 more large quarter points to do, and then I'll get down to business on explaining this quarters theory, which I think is amazing. On top of everything my mentor Swag C. William taught me. So it is amazing. I will put the link to the Swag Academy in this video description as well. $250 plus 6.25. 256.25. 256. 5. Plus 6.2. 262 plus 50. $268.75. 268.75. I promise you, if you set this up, you will be so happy later. Like, you can lead this up for months on top of all your technicals and fundamentals. Just lead this up for the rest of the year, and you will start to see what I'm about to show you as price do it. Let me see, 275, 275 plus 6.25, 281.25, 281.25. Boom. Plus 6.25, 287.50, 87.50. Boom. Plus 6.25, 293.75, 293.75. Okay, that is it. This is quarters theory. This is the setup for quarters theory. This is how you set it up, and this is it. When you see a major whole number, it's green. This is the colors I use to represent. And from the major whole number 100 to the major whole number 200, the large quarters for this section is 125, is orange. The second quarter is 150, which is the midway point between 100 and 200. 175 is the third quarter, and the fourth quarter is it's right here, which is 200. Is this distance between here to 200. And the small quarters is here, as you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, in between the large quarter points. And so this is quarters theory. So basically, what Elion Yoda was saying was that, let me also show you this. Every whole number, let me shrink it a little bit, where you can see this. Like this whole number, 100, it has what they call a hesitation zone. You see how price is just hugging right here? I know you probably wondering, like, why didn't I just put a support line there and just go from there? Because Elion Yoda talks about a hesitation zone, which is 3 quarters from a whole quarter, which is what are 3 small quarters from a whole quarter. See, large quarters gonna have small quarters, and whole numbers gonna have small quarters. So I'm gonna make it where you can see it. So I'm gonna start back here, from here to here. See these 3 quarters? 1, 2, 3. It's like 75% of the way. Because if I was here, that'd make a whole. So 3 small quarters is a hesitation zone between the whole numbers. Hold on, let me try to trying to unsnap that rectangle. I might have to do it like this. Hold on. There you go. Took a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna make this where I can always have a space to unsnap it. But I'm gonna change the color to gray so y'all can see what's going on. So Elion Yodo said that 3 small quarters from a whole number is what he called a hesitation zone. Meaning price will always get there. And if it get there, if it don't break, like in order for a price to break this 100 level, it would have had to fall 3 small quarters below it, like 75% below it, in order for price to continue down. But since price was trying to leave, it actually left this large quarter area and went down to, it went from 175 to 125. And as you notice, like I was saying, it went all the way down, went beyond 3 quarters down. See, look, 1, 2, 3. But it didn't close in this 4th quarter. So when it pulled back up, it only pulled back up under 3 quarters from a large quarter point. So I'm just showing you where these hesitation zones at. But I really want you to focus on the hesitation zones on the whole numbers, which are the green lines. Because right here, this is what you got going on. Right here, this is a whole number of 200, 3 quarters up. From here is a hesitation zone. And this is what you call a dual hesitation zone. So you got 1, 2, 3. So you got hesitation on both sides. See, this is what Elion was talking about. So this is what I do. This is what I do. I don't care what I'm trading. I always do everything you see me doing. And up here, this would be a hesitation zone. From here, wait, let me pick it where I can unsnap it. Okay, so now I know where my hesitation zones are. And as a matter of fact, let me see if I can unsnap this. Yeah, and I'm gonna try to just drag this back where y'all can see what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm gonna leave it where I can snap it back and unsnap it. All right, so basically this is what you got. Hesitation zone, dual hesitation, halfway point. This is the major half point, a major half point between 200 and 300. So now, if I zoom in, let me stretch it out. If I zoom in, zoom out. Zoom into the daily. So this is what we got. This is what we got. See if I can explain this to y'all. So this is price, which is at the halfway point. And as you know, price, it was trying to leave. As a matter of fact, it left this point. I'm gonna go back so you can understand what I'm saying. It left 125 and it moved to 150. And that might have took like 3 days. It might have took 3 days to do that. No, it took more than 3 days. As a matter of fact, it took 30 days. Yeah, it took 30 days. 30 days to do that. Let me see, am I right? No, this is more than 30 days. This is 350 days. 295 days. Yeah, 295 days to do that. So basically, let me explain to you what this quarters theory and how it relates to price. So price left this large quarter point. It went up, and like I told you, first quarter. I'm zoomed in on the days so y'all can see what's going on. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter. price didn't really, it completed this, but it didn't complete it because it didn't close up here strong and it pulled back. But the second time it tried, still didn't close strong. See, 1, 2, 3, it pulled back. Third time didn't close strong, pulled back. This time it went up, but this is the halfway point, which is the 50, still acting like it's resistance. And what did it do? It pulled back. But what did it pull back to? It pulled all the way back down to the small half point, right here of the small quarter point. So basically, price went one, swing up, it swung down. It didn't break this large quarter point. It went back up. So it's basically bouncing in between 125 and 150. But if I zoom in on the 4-hour, you could basically take these zones for these quarter points and use it in combination with your Fibonacci. Like, let me give you an example. Okay, let me unmove this. Okay, since you can see this. Okay, so let's say focus on the large quarter points and the whole quarter points. Focus on the orange, focus on the green. Orange and green, focus on those. Small quarters, they ain't as important as the orange and green, unless it's a hesitation zone. Okay, so let's say back here. Let's say you had already put this on your chart. You saw this head and shoulder. You see this shoulder, the neck, the shoulder. You saw price break below this 175 large quarter point. The moment you saw this move right here, when it broke below, it came back up and retested. You could have grabbed you a field and place your field from this small quarter point, which is right here, and go down to the tip of this this red one. And if you notice, you could have had a buy limit set up here right here at the 50. Right here at the 50. You focus on the large quarter points. And like I said, I'm gonna put the link in this video showing you how to add these other levels to your field. I'm gonna make this like a green where y'all can see this real good. Okay. So you could have had a buy limit set here. Let's say you didn't see none of this. All you saw was this move right here. Boom. It broke below the large quarter point, and it didn't complete it in one move because it didn't go 1, 2, it didn't go beyond 3 small quarter points. You could have put a fib there, a buy limit set here, and just waited. Because price will always move from one large quarter to the next. That's quarters theory. It'll always move from one large quarter to the next. So if it went from 125. I mean, it went from 175 all the way down to 125. It actually went to 150 and 125. So basically, you could have had a buy limit set here at the 50. I mean, a sell limit, my bad. You would have had a sell limit set here at the 50, and you would have caught all these pips right here. You know, but if you had a stop loss here, you know, some people like to trade levels. From that level to that level is still what? 2,000. Well, I think this is like a 2,500 pip move between this first level. But if you'd have held it all the way down to this large quarter point, it's like a 5,000 pip move, basically. So let me see. That's just one example. So let me go up. Let me go further. Like here. You made it all the way down to this large quarter point, 125, right? Again, you got your field and put your field starting with the 100 from the large quarter point. to the tip of this wick. Notice, I'm just showing you, like, I want you to be able to see this. Once you saw this move where it came up here to this large quarter point, which is the midpoint, you know, between 100 and 200, but let me swing it so you can see. See, between 100 and 200, this is the midpoint. Remember, anytime I say I see this blue, I know it's the midpoint between 100 and 200. You could have put a because price already hit this level. Remember, price like to move from one quarter point to the next quarter point. So it hit this quarter point. It bounced up and started pulling back. You would have set a fib up from here to here when you saw this move right here coming back. Look what price pulled back to. Pulled back to the 50. See? And it's still in the 75% of the small quarter points. See, 1, 2, 3. So you would have had a buy limit here. Now, as far as the stop loss, you could have set your stop loss a little below the next level of the field, like at the 61.8, and just let it ride. I mean, it actually hit the take profit. I mean, it actually hit the negative 27. See, the take profit, the target one, that's the negative 27. So if you had a buy limit here and you had your stop loss below the next level, just below the level previous below it, which still is a small risk to reward, it would have still hit your take profit, which is what, 100 and no, that's 1,787 pips. Okay, so that's another example. I'm just showing you. All right, so I'm gonna go all the way over. I'm gonna go over. Let me get rid of this. I'm gonna go over. Okay, so this is where we at now, right? This is where we at. This is where we at now. Let me see. Price got up here and then complete this large quarter point, came back down to the previous level. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna add a fib. I'm gonna add a fib from that level, from this level. As a matter of fact, I'm just showing you. Same thing. It pulled back a little steeper, like on this first move up. It pulled back to it went below the 50, went below the 6.1, and it reversed at the OTE stand for optimal trading entrance. That's what OTE stand for. Optimum meaning like a real good entry for as a buy limit. Okay. But this is where price is headed. So price is headed to 143.707 or 143.750. This is where price is headed. And 9 times out of 10, price will reach this, hit this take profit. But I'm just showing you how you can use this quarter theory in combination with price action and actually spot and know when to enter as far as buy limits and sell limits. Let me see. I'm gonna add one moving average, and I love the 14 SMA, but I'm more of a swing trader. So I also love the 200-day moving average. So I'm gonna say, but you can add whatever moving average you want. You know, it's just the one I love looking at. Let me see. Okay, so this is 200 moving average, and basically it's almost like the 50. Anytime price is above it, price is rising. Anytime price closed below it, price is falling as far as sales. So I used all this in combination with the quarters theory, fibs, retracement, and the 200 moving average, and that helps me determine where to enter on most of my trades. Or let's say you missed this move. You know, let's say you came and you saw this. Okay, you could take this and move it here. Still, look at what price went back to. It shows you almost with a very close accuracy where to put a buy limit. And remember, I said always place your the stop loss like a little below the next level, not on it directly, but just a little below it. So this is quarters theory. If you would love to learn more about Forex trading, come over to the Swag Academy, www.swagacademy.com. I will have a link in the description of this video. You will become an extraordinary trader joining this academy, and it's lots more to learn besides what I'm showing you inside of the academy. They even have a Forex community Discord. So Swaggy C to me is the bomb. It's a lot of good traders out there, but he put swag on Forex as far as you know. He's the one that gave Forex swag. You know, Forex didn't have swag. You know, it's got swag because of Swaggy C. So I thank you all for my time. Thank you for your time. Be sure to like and subscribe to this video, and maybe I'll put some more. Depends on how y'all feel. Okay.